With all the Sonic plushes out there, sometimes it seems like all everyone talks about are the same stuff over and over again. G, Cine, Sega Prize, all these are great and I talked about widely for a reason. But after a while, things just seem to get stale, honestly. But thankfully, with a franchise as prolific as Sonic, there's been many pieces of merch that have failed to stand the test of time. Things that have been overlooked, discarded, or just plain forgotten about, which is what's on today's agenda. Let's look at some of the most obscure and odd Sonic plushes that have been released over the past 3 decades. There's a decent amount to get through here, but we're going to start with the plushes that are a tad obscure, but a decent amount of people still know about. All the way to the stuff that I never hear anyone bring up. Before we start though, shoutouts to my friends for helping me out with this one. Links to their stuff will be in the description. They told me about a lot of plushes I had never even heard of before, so good on them. Oh yeah, and this is only stuff that was officially released, so no prototypes or anything. So with that out of the way, let's just get right into it. To start things out, we got some European arcade plushes that seem a bit familiar. We all know about the Sega Prize Sonic X set, right? 2 waves of plushes based off Sonic X that are released in Japan. However, there's not one but 2 different releases of the set exclusively in Europe. First by the company Play by Play, who was well known for making this guy who needs no introduction, he needs therapy. But hey, they had their own version of the X set. Overall, I'd say it's a lesser quality set, but not bad by a long shot. They're actually pretty good in fact. However, that wasn't it. There was yet again a company using the X-Parents, Gosh, in the UK. And unlike the play-by-play ones, they're just kinda okay. They're definitely not as good as the play-by-play ones, but they don't look terrible, just kinda boring, honestly. Speaking of Sonic X and re-releases, next are the Jumbo Sonic X Sonic and Tails plushes by Sega Prize. As you can most likely tell, these are re-releases of the 2 plushes from the Sonic Adventure Sega Prize set. But the thing is, not really. Unlike the play-by-play ones, which are just kinda differing quality, these 2 have pretty distinct differences from the originals. For example, Sonic's muzzle is a lighter shade of tan, or Tails' mouth being closed instead of open. Overall though, these are actually really cool. After those 2, let's move halfway across the globe to the US of A, with the Caltoy Sonic. Now, we all love this flat spiked mofo here, however, only at Best Buy during certain store events you could win a big-ass Caltoy Sonic. No cap though, this guy's actually pretty decent looking, and he's surprisingly accurate and faithful to the standard one. This would be such a cool thing to own now, like I know I don't have space for this thing, but I just want it. Heading back to Europe, we have the set of 3 Toy Network remakes released by FIFA UK. These are somehow worse quality than the company that made Christmas Knuckles. Like, how do you go down from this? These things just don't cut it, they're not even charming, they just suck ass. However, they didn't just make 3 plushes, they also made talking bigger versions of them because God was pissed this morning. They're not even like rare or anything, they're just such a weird and stupid release. Moving on from them, we've got a Chinese company called Mac Yuka. They had this set of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles that came out in the late 90s, I believe. These guys are a tad, odd, but they're super unique and cool when put next to other sets like the Adventure one. However, they didn't just make these big ones, small boys were also made. However, they're even more rare and hard to find than the big ones. And then I assume you all know about the plushes from Fun For All, which are basically just re-releases of these. They're not as good as Yoji's ones since the Chinese ones had dope little buttons on their asses. After that set, we got a company called News Power, also in China. They released a handful of different plushes, once again being remakes of others. First is this one which clearly is of Dak in origin. A whole set of Mac Yuka inspired ones with them having these blank-ass hollow nightmare eyes. And even them making their own Sonic designs, which honestly could be worse. These guys are pretty mysterious though, and pretty rare. Moving on to more Asian plushes, there's a set of Sega Sonic keychain plushes released in 1995 in Japan. Not to be confused with the Fighters keychain plushes I know Google Images is. It's only got 4 plushes, Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Eggman, but I don't know, these guys just look so nice. Like, they've got the slightest bit of stylization that just really makes them pop. But anyway, let's move on from little small boy to epic 2-foot boy. This Sega Sonic plush was released in 1991 and is huge. Man almost takes up a whole ass chair, however, he's still not as huge as your mom. He's really cool and unique compared to all the other Sega Sonic plushes that were made, as most of the Sega Sonic plushes are usually smaller in size. And besides his size, he's just a really nice looking plush. I really like his hands and how they're kind of foreshadowing the SA1 plush. But before even he came out, not even a month after Sonic 1 came out, there was also this big boy released in arcades as well. He's super charming looking and is definitely on my most wanted list. This guy's been dubbed Twix Sonic by fans since his eyes look like Twix bars. That's stupid, his eyes look like every candy bar, why Twix bars, what the fuck? But even more obscure than him is his Brazilian counterpart, released by the company Tectoy, you know, the people who re-release Sega games over there. This is a re-release of Twix Sonic because I don't know, they were bored. And again, it's not just a re-release, he's got a couple different features. And not only that, there are also multiple sizes made. So if you want a family of them, there you go. On the topic of Tectoy though, they also made these little boys. Again, clearly a remake of another plush, this time being the Dakin boy. And he came in 2 versions, a normal one as well as the classic Sonic and Knuckles logo shirt. I easily prefer this one over the Dakin one, it's so higher quality in the face. Onto yet another European arcade plush, we have the Sega Prize Europe plush. However, not this one. No, I mean the MP3 player version. For a reason humanity will never know, they decided to take the Sega Prize Europe plush and make it an MP3 player. This thing is just so stupid, I want it so bad. Like, this thing has no reason to exist and I am all here for him. Also, I need him so I can make him play Addict and make that canon. And as you can assume, he's rare as all hell. But if we go forward about a decade and shift our focus down to Mexico, we can find a more recent Bluetooth Sonic in his natural habitat. Clearly based off the Jack's classic Sonic Plus, this man was released last year and is weird as hell looking. Man has blue arms, roll clip. One cool design thing though is that the speakers on his shoes are actually located on the soles, which is such a cool design and it works really well. Next up, we got a plush that I'm sure you all know of, that being the Joy Palo Sonic. However, while I'm sure nearly every Sonic collector knows about this guy, I may even know about the limited 2008 release of him. This guy was given out as a promo item held at an event at Joy Palace over a decade ago. He used to promote the Sega mobile service in Japan. The event ran for only a day, and is actually the origin of that meme of Sonic holding the phone. This guy's pretty weird and hard to come by nowadays, as it was only available for a day. Onto one that's a pretty odd release. This is an alternate version of the Sonic X Volume Sonic from Europe. This is something I've really never seen people bring up, and it's pretty obscure. In fact, the only people I've ever seen who own it are Orange Hedgehog, as well as one of my friends, Kyrian X9. He got on eBay around December-ish, and it was weird as hell. It was made by Sega Prize Europe as a promotion for Sonic X in the 2000s, being about 7 inches tall as opposed to the 10 the normal one is. What this thing is, nobody really knows, but it's weird and rare. Here's a weird set of plushes I'm adding in while editing the video. These 3 Wisp plushes. A short bit ago, these bad boys were put up on Mercari by a Sonic collector, and I've never seen these anywhere before. Probably because they're from Argentina and were released last year as a promotion for Sonic Colors Ultimate. They're such an odd release. I mean, they're not even plushes technically, they're pillows, but I mean, close enough. And the most intriguing part is that they only listed 3 Wisps, so most likely there's a whole set of these. So weird. Here's one I don't really have much to say about, a box re-release of Toy Network Sonic. Released by a company really nobody knows anything about called MacDo. This is a boxed release of Toy Network Sonic, I guess? I honestly don't really have much to say about this guy. He's really mysterious and he was found by another one of my friends. It appears to be of Italian origin since it was found on a Facebook Marketplace listing there, but the most intriguing part is the back of the box, considering it has Tails, Amy, Knuckles, and Shadow on it. So does that mean that maybe there were more of these made? No one really knows. And finally, one of the most obscure plushes I could find. This Chow. This Chow was released, massive quotes there, in 1999. I say that because this thing is incredibly mysterious and is kind of an enigma. Nobody really knows where it came from, but it might be an internal plush that wasn't even meant for the public, kind of like that Dark Chow from the 2000s. Either that or perhaps it has something to do with the SA1 Chow, or maybe it's none of those and it has something to do with that weird variant of the Chow plush that may or may not be fake. Who really knows? There's only one person who owns it, somebody on Twitter, who I assume is the person who found this. But yeah, this thing's gotta be one of the most mysterious Sonic plushes ever made. So that's a look at a handful of the most obscure and odd Sonic plushes released over the years. With such a lineage of plushes Sonic has released over the years, it's no surprise that there's some weird crap people forgot about. So anyway, tell me what I missed, of course, and what plushes did you guys think are the most obscure. And huge shout out once again to my friends who helped me out with this one. It would have been impossible without them, so please go check out their stuff in the description. But yeah, next video will probably be my finale to 20 useless Sonic facts, so that'll be coolio. Also, thanks for 2,500 subs. My goal this year is to reach 10k, and now we're 25% of the way there, which is sick. So yeah, subscribe or I'll kill your doorknobs.